Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, the 30th day of January, third day of the month of Shvat. Here we go. A couple of short words for you about Shabbos in general today. Shabbos is considered a vastly important mitzvah. You probably already knew that, but let me give you some of the specifics now. It is considered an os, a sign, that means, between God and the Jewish people that he, God, capital H, created the universe. So that is the first special thing already. Not too many mitzvahs are called an os, a sign. There are others, but Shabbos is one of the biggies that's called an os, a sign from God, between the Jewish people and God, that God created the universe. Through the observance of Shabbos, here's another vastly important thing, that helps us confirm the covenant that exists between God and the Jewish people. A covenant is like a bris, a promise, you could call it, and by affirming the Shabbos, by keeping the Shabbos, we are keeping that covenant alive between us and God. You know how God has 7 mitzvos that he gives to the non-Jews of the world also, like they should believe in God, they should not worship idols, they should not murder, things like that are commands given to the nations of the world. And you might have expected that keeping Shabbos would be one of those, or maybe make it number 8, because, everyone should attest that God created the world in 6 days. And the answer is no. God says, "Lodas ki ani Hashem mekadishchem." I made Shabbos as a special covenant between me and the Jewish people, so that we should know that I am God, who made a special relationship with the Jewish people. So not only are we affirming that God created the world when we keep Shabbos, but we're affirming a special relationship that exists between us and God, which no one else does, just us and God. And that happens just between us and God. I keep repeating that. And that's how special Shabbos is, because it's just for, us and God. And that's another one of the very special relationship things between us and God. I'll stop saying that. Okay, so the punishments are very high. You know that a person can be put to death by stoning in certain circumstances for violating Shabbos, and that's the highest form of the death penalty. If a person were to break Shabbos publicly on purpose, then he's considered so severe in what he is doing that it rates to be as bad as idol worship. That's really bad. Keeping Shabbos, let's get to the good side. Keeping Shabbos is like it's the equivalent of doing all the mitzvahs of the Torah, so that's gigantic. If a person worshipped idols, but he keeps Shabbos, Shabbos can help him be forgiven for all the idol worship that he did, so that is also enormous. Not that we recommend anybody ever worship an idol, but if God forbid a person did, Shabbos observance is powerful enough to help get rid of that. If you keep Shabbos and you yearn to Hashem, that combination together of keeping Shabbos and yearning to Hashem can have your wishes fulfilled, your tefillos are heard by God, so that's a very powerful thing right there. If you have things that you want answered, you keep Shabbos beautifully, and you yearn to Hashem, and then your tefillos are answered, your prayers are answered, and your wishes are fulfilled, so that's enormous too. And the big one that probably a lot of you have heard of is that if all the Jewish people kept 2 Shabbos in a row, then Mashiach would be here. So what you're getting from me today is just a short burst of we all keep Shabbos, we want to keep Shabbos, we learn Shabbos laws, but here's the backdrop of how important Shabbos laws really are. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.